Carlos Tevez is obviously back in Manchester. What have you got to say about his claim that you treated him like a dog? And also, you've said all along, if he says sorry, he can come back. Is that still the way the situation remains, Roberto?
I don't want to answer your question because the game is more important than this. But I answer only this question. After, no, because we have this game that is important. It's an important game against a top club like Porto. I totally disagree with Carlos, what he said, because I have never treated him badly. Maybe it's the opposite. I treated him too well, always. And I never say him played. Bugie, right? Lie. And finish. I don't want. This is the last question that I answer in the next 3 months. I don't want.
Roberto, you talked about it being a very tough game. I mean, how tough is it? Obviously, Porto, they won the Europa League last season. They've not been beaten at home so far this season. How difficult a test is this for Manchester City, having obviously departed the Champions League?
I think that is one of the big game in this stage because we play Porto, that is a top team used to play Champions League. I met Porto many times in Europa League or in Champions League. It's very difficult to play here because at home Porto is very strong. Last year they won a title. For this reason, I think that tomorrow will be a very hard game, but it's important it will be a good game.
Mario comes back from suspension tomorrow. How important is it for him to keep cool, keep his discipline in the remaining weeks of the season? You need all your players being available.
It's my opinion that in this moment, all the players will be important. It's important for me to have all the players from now to the end of the season, because if we want to try to arrive in the final in Europa League or try to win Barclays Premier League, we need all players. We have 13 games in Premier League, we have 8 or 9 games in Europa League. For this reason, it's important to have all the players ready, all the players available for every game. And Mario is one of these players. He's an important player for us. Now we will have a 3 striker for tomorrow. I think that is a good thing for me for this game.
Roberto, of course, for Mario, he's up against the referee who sent him off against Dinamo Kiev last season in the last 16 round. So he needs to behave himself with him.
I spoke with Mario, I think 2 weeks ago. I said, Mario, please, we have 13 games plus Europa League. Try to have a good behavior on the pitch. I think only to play football.
Roberto, what can Mario bring to the team specifically, please?
I think that Mario is an important player for us because he has a good quality. He can play with Eddie, he can play with Sergio. I think that if his head will be okay in the next 2 months, I think that will be an important player.
Sorry, Roberto, just more on Mario, because you touched on it there. He almost has as many yellow cards as goal free, but on his day, and as we've seen this season, he is a fantastic player, unplayable at times.
It's difficult to find a good definition for him. We know that Mario is a fantastic player. He's a young, sometimes should do some mistake. But for this reason, I think that if he keeps his concentration for the next 2 months, probably will be a decisive player for us in Europa League, maybe, or in Premier League.
Well,
because we have the right.
yeah, I know. How important it is for your team to play the first game here in Dragão, or it doesn't matter for?
You know, usually it's better to play away the first game, no. But I think in this case, I don't think that there will be a difference because tomorrow we'll play 2 strong teams, and everything can happen in this first game and the second game in Manchester. I think that probably will not have more importance this.
Can I ask a question for James? The dressing room has been a really strong feature of City's season, hasn't it? You've been very together in that. Is it that's going to be vital in the last 2 months that nothing disrupts that?
Yeah, I think obviously it's important to always have a good team spirit in the squad. Throughout the season we've had that, and you know you're going to come up against tough teams, being tough spots. You might go down to 10 men or be under pressure in a game, and that's when you need everyone to pull together and show that team spirit. And I think we have got a great bunch of lads here. Everyone gets on together. We stick together, and that's the most important thing. And especially when you're challenging for trophies, which is what we want to be doing. And obviously we're going well in the league. It's important that we keep that togetherness and keep pushing forward. And when things aren't going right, that togetherness and team spirit can get you the 3 points that you need.
Aqui atrás, eu gostava de colocar duas questões ao Sr. Mancini. Primeiro, que tipo de dificuldade espera amanhã por parte do Futebol Clube do Porto? E em segundo lugar, perguntar se ainda se lembra da última vez que veio cá. Não deve ter boas memórias, digo eu.
Two questions to Mr. Mancini. What kind of difficulties do you expect from FC Porto? And whether do you remember the last time you came to Porto? For sure, your memories are not that good. The last time you came here.
The last time that we play here is with Italy Champions League 1-1. No, Lazio.
I think that is talking about
The last
Lazio,
time
Lazio.
here with Lazio in the old stadium. Here 1-1 here with Inter and 2-0 or 3-1 in San Siro. The last time. I hope that we can do the same result, but
O estádio não era o mesmo. Não era o mesmo. E as dificuldades. And what about the difficulties that you expect?
the difficulty is that because Porto play very well at football, they have good quality players. They play very well at home. They are very strong. They are very quickly with their wingers. They defend very well. I think that is one of the best teams in Europe.
Já agora uma pergunta mais. Ele já disse que acha que o jogo de cá e o jogo de lá são igualmente importantes, não acredita no fator casa. Perguntar se acredita que enfim, pode acontecer amanhã ficar resolvida a eliminatória para um ou para o outro lado, ou se acredita que são mesmo os 180 minutos.
You said that playing away at home does not matter. Do you believe that the leg will be decided, or this round will be decided, or may be decided tomorrow? Or it's 180 minutes?
I don't know. This is difficult. I think that we need 180 minutes to decide this stage. I think that is difficult. That everything can decide tomorrow. I don't think this.
Sorry, James, respecting obviously what the manager said when we started off, bearing in mind all you said about team spirit and all this team has been through this season, are you confident that it will stay on the rails, bearing in mind the situation back in Manchester, that there is this strength of character amongst the players you're playing with week in, week out?
I don't really understand the difficulties. I mean, we're just carrying on playing football, and you know, you lot obviously enjoy everything that's going on, and there's more people stood outside the training ground, but to us, we just go out there, work hard every day in training, continue on the next game coming up like we have done all year, and nothing changes. Our focuses are on the games, and the games coming up. We've obviously got a lot of games between now and the end of the season. That's the only thing we can control, and the only thing we'll try and do is go out there and win football matches.
Roberto, a positive question, I promise you. Kolo and Yaya are here. Can either of those play any part in the game tomorrow night? What's your thinking on the tour race?
No, they are here. They are on the hotel. I don't know. Before I need to speak with Yaya and Kolo, and tomorrow we'll decide, because they arrived this morning here in Porto.
Mr. Here. Here. Do you think with Lucho Gonzalez, the FC Porto has the same team?
No, I think that with Lucho Gonzalez they are improved, because Lucho Gonzalez is a top player. He has a lot of experience, and I think that will be an important player for Porto.
James, do you think the team suffered a little bit after going out of the Champions League, and have you seen signs recently that morale's coming back?
Obviously, a lot of games have been played since that happened, and it was obviously a big disappointment. But I think you saw how we come through the Christmas period. It's always a critical time in the season, and we've come out of that period still on top. We've had suspensions and injuries, but You know, the quality that we've got in the squad, players are raring to go and coming in every chance they get to perform and want to stay in the team. And you know, I think that showed the strength of character to come out of the Christmas period on top. And you know, the UEFA Cup's a massive competition as well. And we said at the start of the season, every competition we're in, we wanted to do well and try win. And it's a major European trophy, and we'll be doing everything we can to progress through a very tough time.
Mr. Mancini, if you can buy a player of FC Porto, will you buy any player?
No, I should say that Porto usually have really good players, and in this team they have many good players, I think. And I don't know, but for example, I followed Danilo for 1 year, the right back. For me, he's a fantastic player. He's a young, but Porto has Hulk, Varela, Rodriguez, Moutinho. So I think that is difficult because all these players are good players.
James, obviously the Premier League's the priority for the club. Is there a danger the Europa League could become a bit of a distraction in these last few months of the season?
No, I don't think so. I think obviously it's a nice distraction to have to be, you know, in the last stages of a European competition. We've done it all year. We've played in a number of competitions, and to be successful, you have to be able to do that. We obviously have a big enough squad. We have great quality in the squad to deal with the games, and it's like I say, it's a great tournament to be in, and we want to go and try and get through this tie first and push on. And you know, we want to win trophies, but the Premier League, like you say, that's your bread and butter. But every game we go out there to try and win. We've done that all season, and we'll do that between now and the end of the season.